Breaking news. Gunmen unleash terror in Mbosi community. Yala sets President General orders houses ablaze. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wonderful people, wonderful lovers of freedom all over the world. Wherever una dey, welcome una to this Ogbonge matter wey dey happen for Biafraland territory. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you never subscribe. And without wasting much of your time, we could go straight up to the issue wey dey happen for Biafraland today. So many matter they happen, but as it be, government they don't enter Mbosi community, that is here like in old Anambra state. They don't do some kind things, but I must always say this, like I clarified in the morning, and I will continue to say it because we know what is happening in the homeland, and that is concerning the activities, the activities of activities of the so-called insecurity. That is how they call it. Do not be misguided by the format they continue to give. Insecurity in the southeastern part of the country is being caused rather by these security agencies, and the media also have a way of peddling lies, to the people, to make it feel as if Biafraland is under serious attack. But the reality is that almost everywhere in Biafraland is actually very, very peaceful, and we are seeing it during this Yuletide period. People are coming home and they are celebrating with their family. Let us go straight up to the news in detail. The news reads: the country home of the President General of Mbosi community, Honorable Azunka Innocent Okoli Iriala, local government area of Anambra State, has been completely razed down by dead devil gunmen unleashing terror and mayhem on the community. It will also be recalled too that the government burned down the houses of the incumbent federal lawmaker representing Ihiala Federal Constituency, retired Honorable Dr. Pascal Arinze Chukwu Agbodike, also in Mbosi community. The President General of Mbosi community, Honorable Azuka Innocent Okoli, who narrated this ordeal to newsmen, said his house was attacked at about 12 midnight on 21st December 2024 and completely burned down to ashes without anything left for him and his family. And the big question is, who burnt down your house? Who burnt down your house? Now, with the pattern of this attack, you will know that this is politically driven. You see, this matter is a political matter. Maybe this honorable has actually committed a crime with another opposing party, and they have decided, to pay him back. This is what they do. This is what they do. Let me tell you people, the one person that reviewed the activities of insecurity, like the way they peddle it and expose insecurity to the core, was the governor of Abia State, in the person of Alex Oti. He said it clear that Simon Ekpa has no business with this so-called insecurity. He said it, that the insecurity that we are seeing is being caused and being driven by these so-called politicians. That anything insecurity in the southeast is politically orchestrated, and he clarified it and gave his stance. Then the second cause of insecurity in the southeast was being exposed by this honorable, this Enyinaya Abaribe. Inaya Baribe asked them after the arrest of the brief detention of Simon Ekpa. He said, now Simon Ekpa has been arrested. What is going on is still going on. So who is the one giving out the instruction now? Their major problem was, Simon Ekpa Merenka, Simon Ekpa did this. Now, the big question is, who is the person giving out this information, this order? And they clarify that the army, they need to come out and tell the public what is causing insecurity. Let the Zoo army come out. Because you cannot continue to mount hundreds of blockade, roadblocks everywhere in Biafraland and expect insecurity not to happen. You cannot continue to invade innocent people and you expect insecurity not to happen. And even this pattern of how this Mr. Okole's house, or this honorable, his house was raised. This is how, innocent Biafran's houses has been raised down by missile. We've seen it. We've dropped evidences. We've dropped videos, concerning the raising of houses in different community, in Awomama, in Ihiala, in Osumogu and the rest of them. Though these people need to explain to us who are the major source of insecurity in the land. But let us continue with the news. Let us hear, how it happened. The news fully. Mr. Okole, who demonstrated that he no longer has a house in his village in Mbosi, swore that those responsible for the evil act will never go scot-free because he will do anything humanly possible to ensure that they were captured and brought to book. Mr. Okole knows the people responsible for the burning down of his house. Go and mark my words. A short message he wrote to the national president of the Anambra State Association of Town Union, ASATU, Chief Barrister Titus Nnabuike Akpudo, concerning the burning of his house by unidentified gunmen reads, the senseless perpetrators of violence in Mbosi Hiala local government area has set my house on fire last night at about 11:35 p.m. The cowardly attack on my house, setting it ablaze, marks the end of your reign of terror. I vow to ensure that the law catches up with you and you will face the full weight of justice for your destructive action. Your crime will not go unpunished, and you'll be held accountable for the harm and suffering you've caused to innocent people. Your time of recklessness is over. You have been wreaking havoc and resistance to the authorities, including violence. Your actions have consequences and it's time to face them. To the relevant authorities, I call on you to take immediate actions and bring these perpetrators to justice. It's time to put an end to their reign of terror and ensure that they are held accountable for their actions. To those responsible for the attack, I promise that you will not go scot-free. And that is what the receiver said. And still on the issue of the so-called insecurity that they keep on peddling, let us go to Enugu State. Let us go to Enugu State as other matters on insecurity continues to unfold and they continue to review themselves. You see, next year, I believe by next year, this whole I will call it this whole idea of trying to blackmail, to blackmail, these groups that are fighting for the freedom of their people, in making them look as if they are the ones that are causing insecurity in the state. I think next year it will stop because they've actually started exposing themselves once again. Now, going to Enugu State, gunmen attack Enugu police station by 2 police operatives. The news in details. Unknown gunmen have reportedly attacked the Ezagu Divisional Police Station in Enugu State, buying at least 2 police officers. Reports indicated that the incident occurred last week, with the attackers stealing arms and ammunition. Sources disclosed on Monday that security agencies have launched a manhunt for the fleeing hoodlums, and the police have increased their stop and search operations across the state. Now, before we finish up with this news, why is it that when there is an attack, the next thing this security operative does, I still don't understand if this thing is a strategy, a security strategy, because if this is the only strategy these people have, then these people will continue to be daft. Because I think this is the dumbest idea you can ever get in policing or in security, in handling security. How will your first attack be to increase your so-called security operatives on the road to continue their stop and search? The same stop and search that have pied a lot of you. The same stop and search that is the major problem in the country. Oh, we keep on saying we do not want these security operatives on the road because they are causing more harm than good. We know the issues we've seen with this so-called stop and search. Innocent people have been pied over and over again, but it is now becoming a thing in the country. Once there is an issue of spying that involves spying any security operatives, they intensify their troops. You see them all over the place, searching and stopping and finding innocent people. I can calculate how many people have already gone just within December because of this stop and search. That is why the Prime Minister Simon Ekpa kept on fighting against these people, blocking our roads and causing all kinds of mayhem on the road. Finally, on the issue in Enugu State, because of the attack, there is an increase in police stop and search operation across the state, said one of the sources. A local resident Sunday said the attack, expressing surprise that it hadn't been reported by media outlets. Yes, the attack took place last week. 2 personnel of the Nigerian police force were killed during the attack. I am surprised the incident was not reported by any media platform. Definitely, they will not report such things. They won't, because there are people who were killed in the process. That is why, if you really want to get informations happening in Biafran territory, for those of you that enjoy, all this type of information where police officers, go down, where you can get it is on the news platform like this, our channel and other channel and other Biafran channel, because we'll definitely talk about this thing. But there is no Zoom media that will tell you that their officers were killed or an army officer was killed. The last interview that they interviewed Musa can never come out and mention something of this nature, because he knows it is a letdown to them. The Biafran Defense Forces can do and undo anything they want to do within this Biafran territory. That is why they own Biafran territory. That is why they continue to safeguard the Biafran territory, because Alabo Alaha. And the gods of the land, we keep on protecting them because they are fighting a just fight. I can come out and tell me any any apart from this whole propaganda you see on media, that police raised IPOB camp and all these things are babash. When they arrest all these kidnappers, the media will turn it upside down and tell you people that it is IPOB camp. Please don't be carried away. The Biafran Defense Forces are not kidnappers. They don't buy innocent people. Their only major concern is for the freedom of their people and the defense of their people. People who have seen them, people who live within their territory have confirmed it on how they carry their activities, and they have defended them. Because it's as simple as that. They relate well with people and people love them because they continue to do the needful by defending our land. Now, on to the most important thing, that I wanted every Biafran to know today. I want you to understand, what the Biafran Republic government in exile is fighting against. I want you to listen to this, this important broadcast from beginning to the end and understand what Biafra Republic government is fighting against. Why is it as if the structure is having issues? The people who have been working and fighting tirelessly, to bring down the Prime Minister Simon Ekpa Njoko. Watch this and do not forget to continue to share to as many groups and platforms as possible.
Publications or watch videos with or from a different perspective. Are you getting me? Remember I said I have no apology, and don't see it as if I'm boasting. No, even that's how I do my own thing. You might have read it and passed because you understand every word he said there in the normal terms, based on the meanings in the normal terms. You understood it, no problem about that. For you, you pass. But we are here for you. I am here for you because I read it and I read some different kinds of meaning into it. Now, ka m gwazie gị ife m na-ekwu, ka m gbaa gị ọkpa n'eze. Gee ntị ka m gbaa gị ọkpa n'eze. He said there is an urgent need for unity of purpose. Many of you may read it and say unity of purpose. Yeah, unity. We have to unite to actualize Biafra. Yeah. Foul. If you ever think that the criminal Benjamin Madubugu, how many of you followed me in 2021 when I told you this man has betrayed? When I was showing you his video, his comments in the court after they went to that kangaroo court in Abuja, how many of you, I want to see you in the comment section, even though we are not many today. Right now, we have 500 and something people watching from across the two sister and backup platforms we are broadcasting with. We have 500 and something watching live now. So I want to know, out of these 500 and something people watching, how many of you were here? How many of you were here 2021 when I exposed Benjamin Madubugu? In 2021, don't make mistake about the date or the year. When I told you this man has sold out, that and nobody was ever thinking about Benjamin Madubugu selling out. He was in the court with some group of lawyers, by the then IPOB lawyers. He was there in the court. How many of you? I want now. I told you that after exposing the other one and what's the name? Can somebody remind me that his colleague, their partner in crime, Ishinwa, Bright Chimezi Ishinwa, after exposing his own criminality, I exposed this idiot in 2021. I watched that video. I said, no, hey, there were quite many things we didn't know that happened. We didn't know many things that happened because we were focusing on DOS, not knowing because all this man was the overall, commander of the Eastern Security Network in Biafraland. Here, I'm talking about here, not the idiot in Kuwait. You understand? This idiot, Benjamin. And I told you this guy has sold out. Now, when he told you unity of purpose, which is coded, this word is coded, he meant unity. Let us unite and fight for power, for political power and political will under the Zoological Republic of Animal Kingdom, Nigeria. I will show you. Angolango na nkwụ na-abịa. Angolango na nkwụ na-abịa. Nkwụ nọ n'ụzọ, ndada ọ nọ nso, o rutego. There is an urgent need for unity of purpose. Unity of purpose. What is your purpose? Is it restoring Biafra? Of course, we all know that the answer is no. Which unity of purpose? To release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? We all know that the answer is hell no, because you cannot release somebody you helped to put in, in the state of quagmire. You can't. You can't. That's why sometimes when people are making comments about Uchechi, they say she better repent now. I look at them and say, these people do not understand what happened. Because you cannot help somebody you helped to put in the state of mess. Are you paying attention? There is no possibility in this world for any sensible human being to help somebody out of an ugly situation that you played a key role and put him into that very situation. You can't. You can't. Because when you were doing that, your eyes were open, your heart, you cross your mind that yes, this guy, I want this guy to be in this particular situation. You press button, you push forward, you did everything you could, you sabotage him, you did everything you could. And at the end, you achieve your dream of bringing that person down. Is there any possibility for you to come again to fight to bring him up again? It is not possible. Unless you just want to teach that guy, maybe the guy is trying to challenge you now to, maybe you are his boss. Normally you are his boss. You settled him. Now the person now become big. He wants to show you that, yeah, you, of course you were my boss, but right now I'm a boss of my own. I can do anything I want. And he began to shook his fingers in your own eyes. Then you can say, "Come go see go to this boy. If you a blogger, you better come You can do him. You can do something to him to, bring him back to the earth. To bring him back to earth. To let him know, my friend, you are still here in this world. You are not riding in paradise. You are not in. You are here in the world, in this earth. Then Ogisi Juziayo, then Asogebo. You're not somebody you see your rivalry. Not somebody you see as your rivalry. or somebody ilili ngo ya, onwe ife ndị na akpa ili ngo mmadụ, somebody ilili ngo ya put other person in the state of mess, you can never ever do anything in life to bring that person up. It is impossible. I can beat my chest and say it. It is impossible. You understand? So this political structure now they have, gone into, Benjamin Madubugu and Ifeanyi Ejiofor as spearheading it. They have now brought in others like Chinche Edozie, though they have always admired this before now. Chike Dozie, Chinasanwo. That's why they have been clamoring for underground work. They have been underground. Now the result of their underground are Nife. So I want you to remember this. Let us unite. There is an urgent need for unity of purpose. Remember that. And also remember, so that you don't get confused, remember that this is one of the people who destroyed IPOB and put Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in the mess that he is today. Bear that in mind, that these are the main people who betrayed Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and destroyed IPOB. I want you to bear that in mind. I don't have to explain to you how he destroyed IPOB because everything is in the public. The moment they brought in cabals and then they grouped themselves and started fighting, hired 500,000 Irats to fight Mazi Samrewa and those that they called autopilot. That is where, because we were all, following Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, all of us, including Mazi Samrewa himself, all of us, everybody, including all the members, both top and lowest members of the Bridge, Biafra government, all of us, all, I say all, not even one person is left behind. All of us were followers and the students of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You understand? So knowing fully well this idiot, Benjamin Onyori, including Chike Dozie, who paraded himself as the HOD, knowing fully well that we are all in one basket, we are all in one direction, we are all fighting for one thing, we are all looking for freedom, we are all followers and students of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Does it mean that that Chike Dozie Fa with Benjamin Madubugu, who happened to be the then overall commander of the ESN in Biafraland, does it mean they lack the leadership qualities to hold the family together and push forward for the struggle until they see the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Does it mean that they lack leadership qualities, or does it mean they purposely destroyed IPOB? It's a simple question, because you all know that Simon did not do anything to them. He never done anything wrong to any of them. He was even fighting for them. When we started the fight against the criminals, Mazi Samrewa himself was still telling us to calm down, that if they cancel sit at home, they still have some other stringent measures against the Zoological Republic and for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. This whole thing happened in the public. It is not secret. It took many months. It took many months of attack against Mazi Samrewa before he retaliated. He came to join us in this fight. Yes, when we were fighting for him, I did a program that titled "In Defense of Mazi Samrewa." In defense of Mazi Samrewa and the propaganda to tarnish his image. I restreamed it the other time because that program was done on our main Facebook page, which is under threat of deletion now. I restreamed it. So what stopped them? These idiots, these criminals, what stopped them from bringing the whole family together? Even when I was shouting, you know what I was doing? I was trying to represent the name of this channel, which is called Biafra Unite. I was fighting to represent the name of our platform, Biafra Unite. I was calling for peace, calling for everybody to unite to keep the family that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu built together. Keep this family together. I was calling calling Chike Dozie, stop all these your boys from what they are doing. We need to concentrate now, find what to do against the zoo to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, our leader. Every time, once I'm at studio to make a live broadcast, I used to shout. This is my main topic. Unity, unity, unity within the IPOB family. Until it is done on all of us that they were on a mission. They were on a mission to disorganize IPOB family. They were on a mission. Mazi, or anything Mazi none Chike Doziefa, Chinasa Nworu, Benjamin Wadu, all of them that comprise, that make up that criminal entity called the OS, they are all in it together. Fanchali Juruono together. Because only Liamu Ebunujibe Yugo. Anybody calling Chin Chin, that Chin Chi, that Delilah of our time, to retrace her steps. You are the one actually who need to retrace your step. If till now you are still calling Chinchi, that Akuna, to retrace her step, you are the one who is actually need to retrace your steps. Because he can say, man, my brothers and sisters. Now, let us listen to this. Let us, because it did not end here. This political madness did not actually end here.
Meanwhile,
My brother.
Meanwhile, some members.
I'm telling you, things are really, really, really happening.
Meanwhile, some members of the indigenous people of Biafra on Friday agitation through a political process. According to details made available to Daily Independent via a press release, the group said that moves are ongoing to form a political wing designed to bring the right balance in the fight for the well-being of Indigo. The new political wing consists of prominent members of the organization who are exploring opportunities to end the marginalization of Indigo through political involvement.
Did it? That these cabals who have now moved into zoo politics are top members of the group. These cabals who have fashioned a way out for themselves to enrich themselves, because the proceed which they sold, they gained, or they got from the sale of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is finished. The proceed is finished. Now they are hungry. Ndị ji nke Faro Hotel na Enugu, Arugo, Dochichina Sanworu, they have built their hotel. Even the hotel, as I'm talking to you, the twin building is not even finished. It's not furnished. The same way it was when when those buildings were exposed. It's still the same way till today, because he used his own money, his own proceed, to start that very project. Once the money was over, the project was, was left, just in the middle of ocean. If we get now the news says top members of the group And do not expect to hear the name of Chike Dozie. Don't expect to hear the name of Chinasa Nworu. Don't expect to hear the name of Benjamin Madubugu. That is the reason why it is important for us to see that very tweet, the early tweet from Benjamin Madubugu, so that we can be able to, of course, connect the dots in order to get the answer to our questions.
Meanwhile, some members of the indigenous people of Biafra on Friday agitation through a political process. According to details made available to Daily Independent via a press release, the group said that moves are ongoing to form a political wing designed to bring the right balance in the fight for the well-being of Indigo. The new political wing consists of prominent members of the organization who are exploring opportunities to end the marginalization of Indigo through political involvement. The leadership of the group, in a statement signed by its spokesperson, Mazi Wachuku, noted that the reason for the floating the new wing is to enable collective efforts and engagement.
Did you hear that? A statement signed by its spokesperson, Wachuku or something like that. Do not expect to hear Emma Powerless.
Aimed at getting.
Are you paying attention? Do not expect somehow to hear the name of Emma Powerless, because it's not going to happen. You cannot hear his name. Yes, you can't. Because they know the game they are playing. Remember the early tweet that I showed you. To unite for a common, for them to unite, unity of purpose. He is soliciting unity of purpose in order for them to go into politics, as they believe that that is the only way forward for their political. Of course, one of them, the gangster in of course in South Africa, had already made it public long ago his intention of joining politics in Nigeria. So this shouldn't be a surprise to any of you listening.
Meanwhile, some members of the indigenous people of Biafra on Friday agitation through a political process. According to details made available to Daily Independent via a press release, the group said that moves are ongoing to form a political wing designed to bring the right balance in the fight for the well-being of Indigo. The new political wing consists of prominent members of the organization who are exploring opportunities to end the marginalization of Indigo through political involvement. The leadership of the group, in a statement signed by its spokesperson, Mazi Wachuku, noted that the reason for the floating the new wing is to enable collective efforts and engagement aimed at getting the best solution to the problem of Indigo in Nigeria, that is the people of the Igbo region. Now, in the statement, it said that they intend to explore a common ground and close the gap between the political class and the common class in the South.
Now, you see, their criminality is playing out now in the public. Even if you look at the title from the shared screen, if you look at the title, you see what is written here. Breaking: IPOB members form political wing, seek end to violence. Now, let me tell you, don't say because you did not hear the name of Chike Dozie that therefore is fake news. No, you are the one who will be making a great mistake. Don't say because the spokesperson was not written a Mapa Wireless, therefore it's not a Mapa Wireless. You are making a great mistake. Remember that this is national television, even though the zoo journalists and journalism in the zoo is completely, garbage. Completely garbage, around nonsense. But this is a national TV. They won't just mention IPOB without, substantial evidence at their own disposals. Yes, they can't just mention IPOB members forming political wing of IPOB. Maybe they want to be like we know them as wannabe Simon Ekpa. Wannabe Simon Ekpa. After all, Simon is a politician in Finland, so we can stay from political wing in the Zoological Republic because we can be able to win and then start enjoying our own. After all, Simon is a politician. And he cannot castigate us for joining politics because he himself is a politician. These are the things in their mind, in their little tiny brain that is as poor, low as that of an ant. Philosophia that Mazi Simon Ekpa #1 is a Finnish citizen and his politics or political career lies in Finland until Biafra is restored. That is number one. And the number two is that they failed to understand that even the same prime minister they want to be like has equally, dumped politics. He has equally, excused himself from politicking in Finland in order to concentrate on Biafra restoration, which is in the public. Right? So they forgot these things and they don't care about these things, but these are realities. Now I want to throw a challenge. I want to challenge them. I want to challenge the criminals